Hey guys, it's Caitlin with the Crystal Sun and Moon Tarot. Welcome back. If you are a first-time person, welcome. This is a very inclusive space of just, healing positive energy. We don't, I don't want any negativity on my channel. It's all healing messages. Everybody's going through their own journey and everything. We're all trying to just go upon this journey of life together, trying to figure it out. So, definitely, if you are here for the first time, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber of mine, hi guys, it's nice to have you. And I really enjoyed my last video, and I especially enjoyed the feedback that I got from it. I didn't expect it to kind of blow up how it did. In my aspect, it blew up, but thank you all for everybody that watched it, liked it, commented, and then subscribed also, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I love you guys. I feel your energy. I feel your vibes. And like lately, it's just been like such a sense of peace for like me that I've been feeling. And just, when I was cleansing, I was doing my meditation and cleansing with my sage, I just, my hand that I was holding when I was lighting, like when I was lighting my sage and burning it, it was just like so steady. I mean, like just rock steady. I couldn't, like, there was just this energy there that it kept me just in place, just steady. And it was almost like, for some reason, like it just lighting it and doing that meditation was just very empowering. I really got a sense of like just power and steadiness. It really like what came into my mind was actually the strength card, Leo energy, just like the power of a lion, that's really just the feeling I was like almost like harnessing in my hand. And of course I was lighting the thing with fire, so it was a weird like just sense of energy and strength coming off it. And I was just like, whoa, doing that. So I just did my cleansing and everything, and it was just like I had to take a second after I did that before I even turned on the camera, and I was just like, wow, like this is gonna be a hell of a reading. I think were my exact words. But yeah, this is I feel like there's a strong sense of like coming into oneself that's kind of going on right now, and especially with the full moon. I actually got interrupted the other day when I went to do this reading by my mom coming home. And it was just like, I do this when nobody's home, and it's like, it just stopped me, and it was just really a message from spirit. I take that I was meant to do it now, before the just in time for the new moon. And so that's why, like I was saying in my one of my last videos, that the moon cycles have been like so prominent to me. The moon has been like, with this last full moon, it has been just like I've been seeing moon symbols everywhere, especially when I do readings. It's just been popping up so prominently, like moon, just nighttime stars. The star card also has been like something for a bit was popping up on my mind out of nowhere. Like I would just start thinking about the star card, and I'm just like, why can't I remember what like the star card looks in this card, in this deck or this deck? And then I go through them and I'm just like finding the card, and I'm like, am I crazy? Like, is it here? And then it's like I find it, and it's a sense of like it was like the sense of like relief almost, that was just like, okay, it's here, my wish is still here, like it's still coming, it's like the anxiety that's been building up, and right now it's like that anxiety's gone, and there's this, it's been replaced with a sense of steadiness. Like when I did that, like when I was having like that phase that was like a couple weeks ago, that I couldn't get it out of my head. And I'm like, why am I constantly thinking about the star card? And it was really like, kind of worrying that it wasn't there, kind of just like really worrying about it. And now it's like, it's popping up in some of my readings, but it's like, like I was feeling before, it was just it's a sense of steadiness coming to the collective, I feel. And I really just wanted to say that, especially for myself as a feminine, that the feminines are really stepping into power. Like with me and my masculine, our relationship is evolving very well. I will say that to the least, because I really don't talk about it very often, or to a lot of people. I really don't talk about it at all to anybody. I talk about it to one person that I trust and is actually very supportive of it. So I'm like, thank God. So it's a very like intense journey right now with he and I, and it's very exciting at the same time, because I know that there's been a lot of karma release with everybody going through this, and it's like I am not counting in that. Like I am going through the same thing. Like I had just an absolute like wildfire of in my awakening. Technically, like I feel that my awakening started a year ago, but I wasn't paying attention to it, and I was legit thinking I was going insane, and it was not fun at all. But back in April, there was a very big change in my life, that I just was like sent through this just like awakening moment. There was a very big event that happened, and it was just like a boom, everything that I was feeling was purged at that moment, and just like, oh my God, there really is more to me than I believe, that I've let myself think, trick myself into believing about myself. And so it's been just like, whoa, a whirlwind. And then, I think it was in July that I found out about the twin flame journey, and technically that's when my twin and I met, and at that time I didn't realize it, and so it's just kind of been evolving since then, for he and I, and so yeah, it's been a hell of a ride. So I know you guys have gone through the same thing, and I'm just saying, as feminine going through this, and like I've said before too, I think I channel my own collective, like it's very just like everything lines up with me and everything's lining up with everybody else, and it's just like I just feel this like sense of community within this collective when I do this reading. And I just want to say that like it's probably a long intro, and it really is, and yeah, I'm gonna timestamp this. If people are gonna watch the whole intro, they're gonna watch the whole intro, but I'm gonna timestamp this anyway, just for future reference. So yes, let's get started. We have the masculine set right here with charging with the bloodstone crystal. This is the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. We're going to look into the masculine's headspace, heart space, and 3D energy. And if I'm drawn to, we'll maybe do the 5D. And then we'll do the same thing with the feminine, and then we'll look at the union energies with oracle cards. And clarify with tarot if needed. So, what's going on in the masculine's headspace, spirit? What's going on in the masculine collective's headspace, spirit? What's been going on in the masculine collective's headspace, spirit? And also, like, when I went, like, I set everything up and everything to do this reading, it... Oh, there's 3 cards right there. I looked at the clock, and it added up to 11. And I knew, like, right then it was time. Like, this was, it was basically, like, it's go time, time for the reading, perfect timing. And we have in the masculine's headspace the Page of Swords, the 5 of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. And also on the bottom of the deck for his headspace is the Shadow side, which is the Devil card in this deck, and it also represents astrological sign Capricorn. So earth energy. There's underlying like shadow sides that's in his head that he's working on. He's dealing with a lot right now. That's why he's in the 5 of Swords energy. He's going through a lot, and I do use he pronouns for masculine and she for feminine just to differentiate it for myself. And, you know, but it's genderless, so don't worry if you're a female that, identifies as the masculine energy, if you're a male that identifies as the feminine energy. Don't worry, you know, it's just how I'm differentiating it for myself. But so he is very much in his head. He's really thinking about the past, you know. In his head, though, he really, really wants this new beginning with the Ace of Wands. He wants this transformation, you know. He wants the relationship to keep evolving, and he is. He's in his head, like, Wands are also about action, and with the Page of Swords over there, like, he's wanting to take action on it. He's definitely planning on it. He is working towards it, you know. He's not the Knight of Swords yet, you know. He's not taking the action yet. He's still a page, but he's working on it. He's working very hard. He's very the air energy of kind of just being like, you know, you say you're gonna do something and you do it, basically like keeping to his word. It's kind of what he's doing to himself. It's a lot of like integrity, really, is what I'm feeling, that he's having in his head. He's like, no, I'm saying I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it. You know, yes, I'm going through this crap in my head, but you know what? Once I cut through the bullshit, once I figure out what I need to do, once I change my perspective and shift it and shift out of this 5 of Cups energy, that's when I'm going to get the Ace of Wands. That's when I'm going to get this new beginning. That's when I'm going to get, you know, that's when the spark's going to ignite. You know, that's when everything's going to start taking off. But there's this underlying shadow side that has to be taken care of, and he knows it has to be taken care of, and he's battling it. He has his sword. He is ready to go. He is charging forward. Man, way to go, masculine. And so let's look into his heart space. Ugh, that was not a good shuffle. Cards, why are you doing this to me? All right. Divine masculines. Heart space, please, Spirit. 3 cards. Three cards, please, Spirit, for the divine masculines. Heart space. Oh my god, I have eyelash. Ah, my eye. Jeez. I hate when that happens. Spirit. 3 cards, please, Spirit. Three cards, please, Spirit. But really, that's when I'm feeling that steadiness that, you know, I was telling you about before the reading started. That's what I'm feeling from that Page of Swords. It's too many on this one. I'll take these 2. We have the 4 of Wands and the 10 of Wands. 4 of Wands, 10 of Wands in his heart space. One more, please, Spirit, for the masculines. Masculines, the divine masculines, heart space. Thank you, the High Priestess. Oh. Okie dokie. And on the bottom of the deck in his heart space is the 9 of Swords. One sec. All right. In his heart space, he really wants that 4 of Wands. But right now, like I said, in that head, he's dealing with that shadow side, you know? That was in the bottom of his deck for his headspace, and he's got the 5 of Cups in here. And right under it is the 10 of Wands, you know, in his heart space. So in his heart, it's very burdensome. It's very, it's really weighing on him. But the 10 is also the end of cycles. And with the moon, with like when I've been feeling with the moon, and we have the moon right here and the High Priestess also. And we have the 2 moon crescents around her and on her headdress. You have the goddess symbol also. It's very much that the cycles are ending. You know, we have the new moon that we're coming into. We're going into a new cycle. Literally, we're starting a new cycle with the moon. And with the Ten of Wands here in his heart space, in the back is like a castle. And so he's almost done with his journey, though. This is what I really feel, is that in his heart space, he's almost done with the journey. That's why he's really, it's really just a lot. With this and the Four of Wands, he is just absolutely determined to keep going. Like, there's so much fire energy within this that he's just still going in his heart. Like, he's determined to get over, to get home. He's determined to be done with this burden, basically. And what's driving him, honestly, is the High Priestess. I feel like this is how he's seeing his feminine right now. She's the High Priestess. She is smart. She's educated. She's kind. She's loving to, you know, all living things. You know, there's a cat right down here. You know, she is in tune with herself. She's in tune with the cycles of the moon. You know, she's abundant, she's fertile, she's like everything that he could want. You know, she's basically just stable and perfect. And so it's really driving him to finish this Ten of Wands and release this underlying energy of the Nine of Wands. Release the underlying anxiety that's going on, you know. And we have the shadow side also in the underlying, in his headspace. Like, I just really feel like the strength that's coming through is that he really is trying, he's really working through this. Like, he is determined, and that is the word, determined, to fix it. He's determined to start anew. And as I cut the deck, we have the Ace of Cups. I said this would be a hell of a reading. Man, these masculines that I'm channeling right now. You gotta be kidding me. I cut the deck again. And we have the Ten of Cups with the Ace of Cups. This is exactly what's happening. He's shifting his energy. He's starting a new cycle out of the Wands energy, because we also have the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Wands here. And we just had the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups. He's shifting out of the energy of the Ten of Wands energy, and he's shifting into the Ten of Cups energy of having it all, of having this new beginning with, you know, in life, you know, with the Ace of Cups, and like a new beginning emotionally, having emotional fulfillment with the Ace of Cups. Man, and we have the Ace of Swords right here, new beginnings. That is 3 aces that have shown up in this reading for the masculine. And I've never felt drawn to look at it when I cut the deck, but I just feel like this is his underlying energy when I cut it. Like, we're going into his 3D space right now. Like, I'm shuffling for his 3D space. And what's coming up in his 3D space is the Ten of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups. Like, coming out of that, coming out of the Nine of Swords energy. You know, he completely skipped the Ten of Swords and just went straight into the Ace of Swords. You know, screw the Ten of Swords. I'm just speaking my truth. I'm getting myself out of that Nine of Swords energy, and I'm just going to speak my truth. He has 3 aces. Like, he is not kidding. There's not pentacles that have come up yet, so there's nothing physical in the material world that he's acted upon. But it is coming, and I am really feeling it, you guys. And like, it's what I've been saying, is that I've been feeling it from my masculine too. You know, there's, you have the Hierophant, or the High Priest. This is also Taurus energy. But we also did have the shadow side, which is Capricorn. So we had Capricorn and Taurus. So that's Earth energy right there. Is that, like, the Earth energy isn't prominent in the 3D, but the Earth energy, sorry, I'm hitting the table. The stability is still there. All right. 3 cards for his 3D space, please, Spirit. You guys, the masculines are really taking care of business. They're really, really taking care of business right now. 1 card for Spirit, or 3 cards, please, Spirit, for his 3D space. 3 cards, please, Spirit, for his 3D space. The King of Wands. So when it comes to his wand energy, you know, his fire, his passion, like I say, like I said before too, I was channeling Leo. Let me check in the book real quick, because I'm not sure if the Knight of Wands represents astrological sign Leo in this deck. And I swear to God, because like I said before, I in the intro, I channeled before, I was just really channeling the image of the Strength card, and that's the card of Leo in the Major Arcana. Here we are. Okay. Astrological Association Leo. It says it right there. It also says for associated elements, fire and air. Fire is the suit of wands related natural. Wands is related natural element, while all four of the kings are associated with the wise and thoughtful element of air. So, and that's why you had the Page of Swords right here. We also had the Ace of Swords. Man, what that tells me is that he's really embodying his power. He's really coming to his power as the King of Wands. You know, he could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But 2 more cards, please, Spirit. He is really embodying himself as the King of Wands. He's really, really going into himself, and just, you know, really coming into who he is as a masculine. Page of Pentacles. Remember how I said there weren't any pentacles? Here's the pentacles. And he's wanting to offer something as a king. He's wanting to offer something physical, but it may come, I don't feel like it's going to be a grand gesture. That's what I'm getting, though, is that the page is wanting to offer you something, but I don't feel like it's going to be a grand gesture. It's going to be humble. That's what I'm feeling, is that with the King of Wands, to me, in this deck, sometimes he can come across as arrogant if it's like a third-party situation or something. But I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling very steady. I'm feeling very assured in himself. But when it comes to offering you this, he wants to come from a place of practicality. He wants to be practical about it. He wants to offer you something stable, something that's not, you know, going to break in a week. He wants to offer you something that will last a lifetime. And it's just what I'm really getting right now, what I'm hearing, is that he wants to offer you something that you can build together. You know, the smallest of gestures can create the biggest change. It's basically like that. And then we have, remember how I said the knight, the Page of Swords, he wasn't the knight yet? We have the Knight of Swords right here. And it's on the opposite corner of the reading, which is telling me that he has gone through all this and he's going to come out the other side as the Knight of Swords. And like how the King of Wands, how it said in the book, you know, he embodies the air energy as being a masculine king. You know, his fire energy, but it's also air energy. And this is his air energy right here. You know, when he's coming to offer you this Page of Pentacles, when he's coming to offer you this humble gift, basically, he's going to come in like the Knight of Swords. He's going to be assured of himself. You know, he's going to be assured in himself. He's going to know it's the right thing. And I just looked at the bottom of the deck. He's going to be assured that he knows it's the right thing, because he knows that you are the Queen of Wands. He knows that you are his counterpart. He knows that when it comes to his 3D action, when this time of action comes, he's going to offer you in himself. He's going to strip himself basically as the king, as the knight. He's going to make himself the page. He's going to make himself the page in order to offer the queen that pentacle. He's going to humble himself to offer his queen that pentacle. That is what I'm getting right now in his 3D. Because approaching you is going to be like, he feels like he's approaching his queen. And when it comes to the queen, the king will bow to her. You know, if the king loves the queen, he will bow to her. And that's really what I'm getting right now, is that he's bowing to her. He's like, he's like, I am not worthy enough to come to you as a king. I come to you offering something stable. I come to you offering something. I come to you offering something very permanent. You know, something that's going to last between the two of us. But, you know, he's taken his ego basically and he stripped it away for you, for the queen. And man, that is really powerful. Masculines. My God, that's really powerful. Like, oof. Okay, let's move on to the feminine energies. I have the feminine deck, which is the Tarot de la Nuit. This is the deck. I've had it charging on the Moonstone. Man, masculines. I really want to see what your feminines are thinking, you know, because you guys are really making the shift, you know. That darkness that you're going through, that shadow side, the Nine of Swords, the underlying energy, it's there for you, but you guys are not letting it stop you when it comes to your 3D space. You're not going to let it stop you. That's why you're moving out of that Ten of Swords energy. Like, oh, man, you guys, like, this is I told you it's going to be a hell of a reading. Jeez. Like, I have no words. Like, this is, the masculine is the masculine. He's taken into himself. He's moved into his energy. He's like, it's time. He's fucking ready. That's all I can say. He's fucking ready. Oh, man. 3 cards, please. 3 cards, please, for the feminine. 3 cards, please, for the feminine. Spirit, 3 cards, please, for the feminine. 3 cards, please, Spirit, for the feminine. The Fool. 2 more cards, please, for the feminine's headspace. Sorry, did I not clarify right? The feminine's headspace. 2 more cards, please, for the feminine's headspace. Okay, if these 2 want to come out. Queen of Cups. And a Knight of Wands. So in the feminine's headspace, she's very sensitive right now. She's very reflective. She's thinking about her emotions, that's for sure. And on the bottom of the deck for the feminine, in her headspace, there's the World card. So, trying to see if you guys can see the cards. She's really in her head. She's wanting that new beginning. Like the masculine wants in his headspace with the Ace of Wands. She wants in her headspace with the Fool card. She wants that new beginning. She's really ready in her head. Like, she's, you know, he's major arcana ready. I mean, minor arcana ready. But she's major arcana ready. If that makes sense. You know, because in her head, she's the Queen of Cups. She's very, she's thinking about her emotions. She's thinking about it in her head logically. You know, she's not thinking about it like an air sign logically. She's not thinking about it like the Queen of Swords. She's thinking about it like the Queen of Cups. She's thinking about it from an empathetic point of view. You know, honestly, I'm feeling that she's being kind on herself. You know, she's trying to be kind on herself in her head. And with the Nine of Wands there, it's really hard. That's what I'm getting from that. Like, with the Knight of Wands in this deck, it's a very intense, like, on defense energy. Just like, don't fuck with me is like the look on her face, and in her head, it's kind of what she's feeling right now, is that she's very vulnerable. And really what I'm feeling between the Queen of Cups here and the Nine of Wands is that it looks like the Nine of Wands is like protecting the Queen of Cups. It's like, it's almost like I feel like she's her bodyguard. That really, she's just very, she's still guarded. She's allowing herself to be the Queen of Cups in her head, but when it comes to people prying, you know, that's when the Knight of Wands is here. That's why the Nine of Wands is here, because when it comes to people prying, that's when she's like, I don't really want to talk about this. You know, I'm working through it on my own. Like, I really just, this is just for me, you know? And with the Fool, it's because she knows the Fool is coming. She knows this new beginning is on its way. You know, she's sitting here in a tree, leisurely painting. You know, she's painting flowers. She's painting her dreams. She's painting everything that she wants. She's painting her entire future, basically. She's just like, you know, there's beginnings happening. Right now, I'm just sitting around. I'm not, you know, I'm going to sit in my solitude, and I'm going to patiently be here for this new beginning. It's like, you know, I'm just going to sit here like a fool, basically, just, you know, painting my life away, you know, basically laying out, planning. That's what I'm getting, is that she's planning with that paintbrush. She's planning everything that she wants. She's planning everything in her life. She's planning all her hopes and her dreams. She's planning for her future with her masculine, basically, in her head. And that's why the Queen of Cups is here. That's why the Queen of Cups is here in her headspace. She's planning in this Queen of Cups energy. She's really like, it's a very soft energy that I'm getting. Like the masculine was very, very masculine, very determined. And with the feminine energy, it is very feminine right now. It's very much, it's a very soft energy of, I'm just gonna be here in my own queenness and my own regality, you know. But when it comes to people prying, that's why the Nine of Wands is here. When it comes to people that she doesn't want to open up to in that way, that are prying at like those things that are very sensitive, you know, these things that she paints, these things that the feminine paints, the things that she wants, the things that she yearns for and hopes for, you know, that make her vulnerable. She doesn't want the wrong person to get into that. She doesn't want the wrong person to come in. You know, she doesn't want the wrong person to come in, basically, and just ruin it. You know, it's very personal what she's created, what she's, you know, what she wants in her head. And underneath we have the World card, and it's literally, this is what she's painting. We have the Moon right here also in the World card. You know, she wants the world. She wants it with her masculine. She's ready for it. She knows that it's coming. She's painting her world, basically, in the Fool. When the Fool's energy in her head, she's painting the world. She's painting what she wants. She's creating in her head. She's laying it out. She's going, Spirit, God, universe, this is what I want. This is who I want. This is, you know, what I want my life to be like. This is what I want, you know, in life and everything. You know, this is how I want everything to go. But at the same time, like, being accepting that, you know, with her Queen of Cups, she's accepting of the ebbs and flows of life and the changes in the moon cycles. She's aware of the cycles also. With the Queen of Cups, she's very in tune with that water energy. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, by the way. She's very in tune with the cycles. She understands that this is all that's going on with him. Mainly, that's what I'm feeling, is that she knows what's going on with him. That's why she's allowing herself to be like this in her head. All right, let's move into the feminine's heart space. Man. Oh, also, I forgot to mention in the beginning, I am toying at the idea of doing extended readings on Vimeo. So, having readings on here that I would post on YouTube. You know, with these regular readings, and then if it really resonates, because I know there are people out there that are like, this is exactly for me, this was exactly what I need to hear. I wanted to know if I did extended readings, diving more, because I want to get more decks to dive deeper into the 5D energies and the future energies and stuff like that in an extended reading. So basically getting like a full, another personal reading from me, you know. And so I wanted to know if you guys would be interested in that. Like, comment down below. Also, like this video when you get a chance. And if you're new and you're still here and this is resonating for you, subscribe. You know, get caught up on what else I'm channeling for you guys, for your collective. And if not, then this is just you passing through, but you're still enjoying this video, like it anyway, please. It helps the video, it helps me, helps the channel. So just do that, and yeah, that'd be great, guys. So, what's going on in the feminine's heart space? Spirit, 3 cards, please. What's going on in the feminine's heart space? Too many. But I saw the strength card that showed itself to me. Too many. What's going on in the feminine's heart space? The High Priestess is in the feminine's heart space. And it's also in the masculine's heart space. But the 5 of Pentacles is also in her heart space. One more, please, Spirit, for the feminine's heart space. One more, please, Spirit, for the feminine's heart space. Okay, I'll take them both. And we have the 5 of Wands. And we have the 10 of Wands, which is also in the masculine's heart space. Okay, so what's going on in the feminine's heart space? And on the bottom of the deck of the feminine's heart space is the 7 of Swords. Oh, man. There's still a lot going on in her heart space. In her heart, there's a lot going on. She has the 10 of Wands energy and the High Priestess also. But with her, there's still this coldness. There's still a little of this hurt, and on the bottom of the deck is the 7 of Swords. There's still this very lack energy in her heart. She's feeling like there's a divide with this 5 of Wands right here. She's feeling like there's a divide between you, between the connection. You know, the masculine's not. Like, he's like, nope, I'm ready. There's a connection. Like, he's assured of himself. But in her heart, she's still like, I don't know, though. With the High Priestess, like, there's this intuition of this knowing, which is, like, it's very powerful to me over the 3 minor arcana over here. With the High Priestess, it's very, I feel like that's the driving force. Basically, it's like how I said, the High Priestess is the masculine and is seeing the feminine in her High Priestess self. Here is herself in her High Priestess. She's also in her heart. Like, he knows in his heart that she's the High Priestess. And in her heart, she's embodying the energy of the High Priestess. And that's why it's keeping her so strong right now. Like, that strength from the strength card, like, when I was shuffling that, the strength card showed itself to me also. So she's really got the strength on her side. All this crap is happening in her heart. You know, this 10 of Wands, like, it feels like it's literally burning down. Like, it's not enjoyable. This 5 of Wands energy basically feels like this 10 of Wands energy is what that's saying to me. That's why they popped out together. That the 5 of Wands feels like the 10 of Wands. But there's this 5 of Pentacles is that she's like, there's this lack, though. There's still this lack. You know, I'm still feeling like I'm left out in the cold, but really I'm feeling like it's an illusion, though. I really feel like it's an illusion because, like, right here above her crown is, like, the glow of what I say is the moon. And this one, it's like a little glow at the top of her crown, which is telling me, like, it's kind of like the moon, like the beacon. And right here, the moon is glowing onto the High Priestess. And right here, the moon is right here in the 7 of Swords energy glowing down on this. So I really feel like it's all an illusion. Like this Five of Pentacles energy, the Seven of Swords, fear. This is a fear that's, she's scared of getting her heart broken, basically, and having to run away again. And that's what I'm feeling, is that it's those two, those energies, and herself, it's being, okay. The Seven of Swords and the Five of Pentacles is basically being brought into this moon energy of being false, you know, of not being what it appears to be. You know, it's being illuminated incorrectly. But that's why the High Priestess is right here in her heart next to the Five of Pentacles, because she knows that this is an illusion. This is an illusion. She feels it in her heart. It's real. She feels it. But there's also this bit of her that, like, basically is like, it's an illusion. Keep moving on. It is an illusion. This Five of Wands energy, this Five of Pentacles energy, it's an illusion. Keep moving on. Because these two together equal 10. And like I said, this Five of Wands felt like this 10 of Wands. So this energy feels like this, but it's not. It's very, it's basically like she's being, her heart is tricking herself, basically. That's what I'm feeling, is that there's still this anxiety that's causing herself, you know, that's causing her to trick herself. And until, I feel like, until it shows up in the 3D, until this Five of Pentacles shows up as a different pentacle in the 3D, because she has no other pentacles in here, like, it's not clear within a 3D, basically. And that's why it's in her heart space. She's relying on the 3D in her heart space. And the Strength card just showed itself to me again. 3 cards for the Divine Masculine's 3D space, please, Spirit. 3 cards, please, Spirit, for the Divine Feminine. Did I say masculine before? Divine Feminine's 3D space, Spirit. Ace of Cups. And we have the King of Pentacles. The Lovers, which is also Gemini. And we have the Five of Cups. Wow, you guys. Oh, you guys. And we have the Seven of Cups. That's her underlying 3D energy. And again, with the Moon. Again, with the Moon. But with this, I feel like the Moon is also on her side, because the Moon is embodying... The Moon is the feminine, is the Divine Feminine energy anyway. That is who, that's the Divine Feminine source of energy and empowerment, is the Moon, you know? And so I feel with the Seven of Cups underneath her, in her 3D space as the underlying energy of her 3D space, she's very much relying, basically it's like she's really in this almost like trance in this card. She's very much in like a trance of looking at all her choices, but like balancing them very, very, like if you see she's like floating all those stones around her, like she's doing really well at balancing everything and everything that's going on, you know. She's doing very well at balancing it, is what I'm feeling with the Seven of Cups. She's doing very, very well with balancing her emotions in this time. With all this crap going on in her heart, like all that crap going on in her heart, she's doing a really good job in her 3D of balancing it. A really good job of balancing it in her 3D. Which is a bravo, feminines, okay? That is a bravo. And in 3D, we have the Ace of Cups also. And we have the Lovers card. And we have the Five of Cups. And I really feel in her 3D, she's a little bit in this Five of Cups energy. Just a little bit. That it's basically like, this isn't a major, like, mournful Five of Cups. Like, there are so many worse, like, Five of Cups. Like, he has the Five of Cups also in his mind space, you know, in his head space. So there's another match. Any other matches? No, I don't think so. But, like, he had the Ace of Cups and the, that popped out when I was, you know, splitting the deck and everything and when I was shuffling. Here's the Ace of Cups in her space also. But here's the Five of Cups. And so, with this, she's really only tied down by, you can see, that little, the bit of seaweed around her, tail. Like, that's where she's tied up. And that's why I feel like it's not a big deal. This Five of Cups energy that she's in her 3D is not a big deal. You know, she's managing it, basically. It's like she is with her Seven of Cups underneath. Like, she's managing it, like I said. She's got it. Like, it's, yes, she's in a Five of Cups of her own, but it's in her 3D. And she's kind of dealing with it, though. Like, it's not a big deal to her. She's really doing well at brushing it off. And I feel like she's stepped into this King of Pentacles energy. Well, I feel two things. I feel that this is how she sees her masculine for some of you. And I feel like this is also how she sees herself right now, is that when it comes to her 3D self, because, like, there's no pentacles anywhere else besides her in her heart space. And we talked about how this pentacle, though, is an illusion, you know. So the only solid pentacles that I'm getting right now in her actual 3D space is in her actual 3D space as the King of Pentacles. Like, she's like, I know I got what I need. I am good, you know, I'm building myself. I'm working on it. It's growing. It's good. Like, I am abundant. I'm profitable. Like, you know, I am good. Like in her 3D, she's just like, I'm good, you know. And that's why she's really allowed herself to focus, especially in her headspace, on her more emotions. You know, she's allowed herself to process her emotions because she's not having to really juggle the 3D. And the King of Pentacles, it's like, no, I got it. We're good. You know, you can move on to this other one. You know, you move on to this other one, we're good in this spot. You know, we're good in the 3D, move on to your emotions. Work on your emotions now. And then now, that's really what she's working on, is that she's in her queen energy in her head of working on her emotions. You know, of just thinking about it, working, really, really working on it. And with the Lovers in her 3D, she's, and the Ace of Cups. The Lovers and the Ace of Cups in the 3D, like, she is feeling it. There's nothing else in the 3D. She's feeling the connection. You know, masculines that are watching this, you know, your feminine is feeling the connection. She's really feeling it. That's just what that's what I'm getting, is that she's very much feeling it. She's loving it. She knows that you're special. And it's kind of like with this Lover's card too, that's kind of what I feel like you have over her. Like, you have more power than you realize over her. You can see in this card, you have more power than you realize over her. Like, to be honest, like, I'm just getting that, like, you could really, like, do some damage if you wanted, but you're not going to, and that's just, like, that's, like, the allure that I feel like she has for you. That's that trust that's there, is that, like, she knows that you could really do some damage, man. She really knows you could do some damage to her, especially in her heart. But man, that allure is there, that attraction's there in the 3D, and she's like, you know, I want this, let's go for it. Basically, in her 3D, she's overriding everything else. She's, in her 3D, like, she's overriding her heart, is really what I'm getting with the Ace of Cups. She's overriding her heart. And she's just like, no, we're going. Because there's a lot of water energy in her 3D, a lot of emotions. So I feel like her emotions are driving her in her 3D. She's really tapped into her emotions as the Queen of Cups. You know, she's really tapped into it of just, like, you know, being very assured of herself, allowing herself to be vulnerable and sensitive and really think about her feelings. And just, wow. Man, that's a lot for the feminine. You're going through a lot, feminine. That's amazing. And let's get one card for the union energies just to wrap up this. Let's get one card, please, Spirit. That's too many cards that you just threw on my floor, Spirit. Rude. I yell at them sometimes because Spirit likes to make jokes. They threw like freaking 10 cards on my floor. One card, please, Spirit, for the union energies to close out this reading. Please, Spirit. They gotta pee. Come on, Spirit. One more. I just feel so much. All right, they gave me 2. I'll take it. We got Scrying Mirror, Shadow, and... Oh, there's 3 cards. Shit, they wanted me to take 3 cards. We have Scrying Mirror, Shadow, Homeland, Foundation. Oh, we have 4 cards. Fire, Passion, and Staff, Stability. What did I say about the fire and passion that he felt and the stability that he was going to be bringing with the Pentacles energy and the stability that she has with herself? This is a divine couple that is, man, they're really getting themselves on their feet first. They're starting with their foundation. They are starting with all that. And it's not being, I don't feel like it's really being communicated between them that much. Like they're they play by play basically. It's not really being like that. Like I said, kept saying with the moon energy and the shadows, especially in her heart space. Here it is with Shadow and the Scrying Mirror. There's shadows going on with both of them. You know, he's working through his shadows. Like with the Page of Swords, he's being a Page of Swords. He is cutting through that bullshit. That's the shadows that are bringing him into that 5 of Cups energy. He's cutting through it. He's building the foundation. He wants it to be fiery and passionate. He had a lot of Wands energy. Like I said, he's the King of Wands in his 3D. He's got a lot of passion in there. He's got a lot of stability that he's wanting to bring to the table. And she's got a lot of stability that she's created for herself. And, you know, there was Wands energy in her heart space, but I feel, let me back up. With a feminine, when it comes to the fire card with passion, I feel that she's feeling this passion, you know? Basically, like, all that it's almost like it's almost like the water of her emotions is boiling. If that makes sense. Like, there's fire and passion and heat, but there's also water. Like, I feel like her emotions are boiling. Like, there's so much passion. Her emotions are, like, boiling. And that's why she's kind of, like, still working through this, because it's a lot to process. This is a lot to process. Like, oh, I just feel like it's very heavy for the masculines. It's very heavy for the feminines. Like, this was a very, very heavy read. As the reader, like, this is a very heavy read. Because there's a lot of intense emotions that are coming through with the masculines and the feminines. And they're both working on what they need to work on. And they're both doing a great job, is really what I'm seeing. And it's just like, it's a lot. It's amazing. And yes, so that's the end of the reading. But for people that wanted to know about my Vimeo or anything, let me know if you are interested in that. So it'd be me extending more on all this for other readings. That, like, if this really resonated for you and you wanted an extended reading, then you would hop on to my Vimeo to see the extended reading for that. You'd be helping me out, you'd be helping to support this channel and the readings, so that I can also start my tarot reading business and start actually doing readings too, also to do private readings, because I eventually want to do that. That's a part of my mission work and my goal, actually. So yes, that's what I wanted from you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new and this resonated, please let me know if it resonated. If it didn't resonate, you know, it wasn't for you. Now, you know, I don't know why you'd stay until the end of the video, but it wasn't for you if it didn't resonate. But yes, thank you so much, you guys. I love each and every one of you. You're doing amazing. Don't stop. Keep doing your work. Keep on keeping on. That's really what I'm getting. Keep on keeping on. All right. I love you guys. Have a good one. Bless and be. Bye.